Thank you all for being here. Before you leave, please stay because I want to have a short reflection time with you to see, like, we have heard so much today and we have learned a lot. I did, to be sure. And that's why I've prepared a short presentation, which I will share with you shortly. But first, I thought maybe have some energy in this room again. Maybe you can stand up with me. Maybe you can shake your arms a bit. Maybe you can shake your other arm a bit. Maybe you want to stamp your feet a bit. I mean, you've been sitting, I think, all day, although we are, of course, here to do some action. So before we all leave, just find some energy in your body to move a bit and to stay with me in this final element of today. Okay, I'm awake again, so I hope you are too. I promised you to give you a glimpse of what reflexive monitoring can be by taking you on a tour this summit, reflecting on your experience these 2 days. And this moment I wanted to use and take this time to record what you have learned so far. Just a quick intro for those who weren't at the previous learning exercise. In Connecting Nature we have developed a Connecting Nature framework, and reflexive monitoring is one of the elements that we have been working with. It's a tool to capture a learning process. And just to share an experience, Genk says that reflexive monitoring is one of the main successful factors in the Genk Steamer Valley program. And that's why we also want to share this experience with you, to show you that it can actually change perspectives and makes you see new things and maybe approach things in a new way. I promised you to come back to you 3 times, and this is the 2nd time, and this is the time I want to make sure to take some time for reflection. I know we do not have that much time left, so I was planning to take more time than I will take of your day today. But just to be sure we all know what we're talking about, reflexive monitoring is a process that supports you to identify, reflect on, and respond to challenges and opportunities that you encounter in a process by introducing multiple perspectives. So it's a learning process that helps you to look at what you're doing and seeing, hey, what were challenges? What were opportunities for me? And it then provides a structure to reflect on those. What does the opportunity I just identified actually say to me? What does it mean? What does it mean to us if we want to maybe change our course? And lastly, it also provides a way to respond to this reflection. Could we maybe formulate follow-up actions? There is a quite, we've made a guidebook on it, which I now, there is at the door, there is a great package filled with, I think, 7 guidebooks that were all produced in the Connecting Nature project. So I will really encourage you all to take this with you. I hope you have some space left in your luggage. But one of them is the Reflexive Monitoring Guidebook. This one. So if you want to know more on how this works for practitioners, please go into it or ask me for help. But this moment, I want to ask you to think about why is it actually important to record learnings. Sometimes you have an insight, but it can also be the case that you forget it after a few months. For instance, if somebody asks you, what is your greatest insight from your master's thesis, maybe, or what's the greatest thing you learned during this and this project? You will maybe be able to name 1 or 2, but the thing is, if somebody would have asked it maybe halfway in the project, you would name different things. And by recording your learnings, you can name 10 things or 20 things at the end of this project, and also be able to share the things that are relevant for other people. It's a bit like this kid going through the maze. If you do not take your red marker and sign where you go, you will have to start all over again when you want to go through the maze again. But now you know where the route is. So what I want you to do, at the beginning of this afternoon, I asked you all to write down a learning objective. And I want to ask you to find a neighbor. So if you're sitting alone, maybe look behind you, maybe look in front of you, and find somebody who's close, and maybe shake hands and tell each other what your name is, because you need a neighbor to share your information. Are there people still looking for a neighbor? Well, take your time, it's okay. And my assignment for you is maybe discuss with this neighbor how it was for you to think about an actual concrete learning objective for a summit. Was it something you liked to do, or didn't you like it? Did you formulate it in a specific way? Was it something that was really related to this day or a certain session, or was it more long-term oriented? And also, did it affect the way that you were present in this afternoon? And the last and maybe most important question is, would you like to change your learning objective? You might have learned a lot already today. Maybe your question becomes more detailed, or maybe it has already been answered for a part. And in order to also create a link between today and the things you have experienced today and tomorrow, because of course we're only halfway through, think about maybe how your learning objective is changed because of the things you've heard today, and how you can adapt it to also use it to enjoy tomorrow's summit. I'm looking at the time. Yeah, so please take some time to discuss this. I see many people still talking, and I'm happy to see that. And I'm also quite curious, is there maybe somebody who wants to share something with the other people in the audience? How did you like doing this? Maybe you didn't like it at all, maybe you forgot about it. Can also be the case. I'm not sure if there's online people who want to respond, can also be the case. Ah, Mamuka is here. Oh, Shashanik. They both want to share, so that's great. I can also walk up to you.
Okay, quicker.
Ga ik er weg.
Thank you. We just discussed what was our learning objective. It was really first, to conclude what we achieved during the project lifetime. And also our learning objective was related to the networking. How to keep the network, these contacts and these family relations after the project, because it's going to end. So
Yes, yeah.
yeah, and how to keep and gain new contacts. And in order to keep this vital family much longer, that's
What a beautiful learning objective, Shashanik. Thank you. And did it have influence on your experience, or how did you like doing that? Did you?
Of course, we delighted to have it, to do that, and we already have something already created. We are part of this family, but of course, it will be nice to go on. So,
Thank you for sharing. It's a beautiful learning objective. Are there maybe others who want to share how they experienced this? Well, thank you very much for sticking with me at this late hour. I would want to encourage you also maybe ask your peers when having maybe a drink after this, how they have experienced this first day of the Connecting Nature Impact Summit. I have enjoyed it a lot. But please, I have two practical announcements. The one is there is a guided tour through the nature reserve just close by that will start from the registration desk. If you want to join, it will start, well, I think anytime soon. So if you want to join, go to the registration desk for a guided tour to the nature reserve just around the corner. And the second one is make sure to get your own package of guidebooks. We have tried to translate all the insights we found in this on the different elements of the framework and make it practical and applicable for everyone. So take it with you. There's a copy, a box for everyone. Thank you very much. Oh, Shoshana, you want to...
just a small comment that what we learned again after the COVID lockdown, yeah, we had chance to meet by Zoom online, but we learned that in person, and others will confirm that it's much better because we miss each other too much.
Wow, that's a great statement to close off this day. Thank you all very much for participating. Thank you everyone who had a role and supported and contributed to this day. And I wish you a great night, and I'm looking forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Thank you very much.